Hey folks, see Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to yet another Thursday live stream wherein I am going to reiterate the same point as to why I feel the market is slowly and steadily gaining more and more and more strength and is advancing not at a rapid pace, but it is gaining all the requisite strength and it is going step by step, like we say, one step at a time. That's how the market is actually moving in the right direction, is what I feel. Now, if Nifty were to go in the upward direction, there are certain key factors that have to be in place. So what we are going to kickstart today is with top 4 or 5 factors which are in favor of Nifty right now. We're going to see the charts, we are going to see the main numbers as well, which are actually driving Nifty in the right direction. See, number one, because of which Nifty was not performing well, was the war scenario, right? Because of the war scenario, crude oil was hitting higher highs, and right now, if you see, I'm going to share my screen for all the key data points. If you see where the oil is right now, it has come down to an amazing level again, and it is down to 79.61. Kya baat hai? Anything below 80, we should be extremely comfortable, right? This is the pre-war scenario level where we have come to. Now many people actually do keep on asking me that, Rachana, the war is still not over. Still, how come we are ignoring that fact, and still how come the market is advancing slowly and steadily? See, please understand, we were not prepared as a country as well with the war that took place in the Middle East, and because of which we were maybe not that well prepared on how should we source our crude oil requirements or natural gas requirements and similar things, right? But now that the war has been going on, unfortunately, for a longer period of time, I'm sure we as a country also have sought at alternate resources through which we would be getting the oil, be it crude oil or be it natural gas, to whatever is our requirement. And that is the reason why somewhere I feel that the impact that we saw when the war started versus the impact that we are seeing right now, there's a pretty big difference. So are we as a market right now, keeping the sentiments aside, are we as a market not reacting much to crude oil? Yes. And plus, the best part is that crude oil is anyways at a pretty much comfortable level right now, right? One more thing that happens is that when crude oil is at a comfortable level, obviously our rupee strengthens, and that's what we can see. USD INR, you can see dollar has weakened over last few days, and because of which rupee has gained good strength. So two important things in our favor right now: crude oil at a lower point and rupee gaining strength. Can we see that in Nifty directly? Answer is yes. If you have been following my Thursday live stream, I had drawn this, I think, last Thursday or last to last Thursday, where I said that this is a very clear cut case of something like an ascending triangle where the lows are going higher and higher. So low, higher low, and a higher low, whereas the highs are at a similar level. And what we needed was that breakout. Did we get the breakout? Answer is yes. We got a very nice breakout on 3rd of August. Unfortunately, next 2-3 days markets have been flat. It has not seen some nice green shoots. But if I were to zoom in, see something very carefully, what has happened with the last 2 days? See, unfortunately, we have not gotten a confirmation candle in green, agreed. But if you see here, market went down, and from here the bias took charge and closed above the key level. Again, same here, bias took charge and again closed above this level. Okay, and today we are going pretty close to something like a doji. Okay, but what is important for us is we are at least trying to stay above that breakout level, which is extremely good. Okay, well, now that we have understood about how Nifty is placed right now, very important for us is to understand as to which other indices are looking very interesting. For example, apart from core Nifty 50, how is Nifty mid cap placed right now? How Nifty small cap is placed right now? So for that, again, sharing my screen. And if you see here for Nifty mid cap, let me take you to the weekly view. And if you see here, again, an interesting one. This was September 24, the all-time high, after which mid cap index had not hit it until May 26. Post May 26, once again, this level was hit 6th of July 26. Of course, it's not a horizontal line. I've joined these key high points. And now if you see, this week we have gone beyond that level. The only problem that we see right now after zooming this in is that the selling pressure that is coming from the top, correct? So for mid caps, are the mid caps trying to go in the upward direction as an index? Answer is yes. Only thing is that right now we are seeing some sort of selling pressure, okay? But what about small caps? Have a look at this. Small caps look way more interesting as compared to mid caps. This is the weekly candle again. Of course, week has started just, I mean, what, today is 6th and today is Thursday, right? Of course. So tomorrow, if Nifty small cap stays above this, we'll get a very nice weekly closing for small cap index. But always remember that only 1 week closing doesn't define things. Ideally, if we get a confirmation candle as well, that will give us way more comfort. So, okay, out of Nifty, mid cap and small cap seems a little bit more promising with a very neat and clean breakout. Only thing, we should wait for the confirmation. We have already seen that for Nifty we did get a breakout, but confirmation candles were not that strong. And mid cap, anyways, we are barely just seeing a breakout, but on the breakout candle itself we are seeing a lot of selling pressure. Now one more very important point that we have to try and address is there any sector specific news which can boost a specific sector? And answer is yes. I'm sure you have read about the latest monetary policy update, because of which one sector immediately gets impacted either in a positive way or in a negative way. And the biggest event that happened, which was the RBI monetary policy committee meeting, it was announced that there will be no change in the repo rates. The RBI, of course, acknowledged that because of inflation and all, because of the fuel price hikes, of course, inflation has risen, but still they had maintained a dovish tone. See, there are two types of tones that RBI can always have. One is called as a hawkish tone and one is called as a dovish tone. Hawkish means basically they say, come what may, we want to control inflation. And when I say the word dovish, it means that they are okay even if inflation goes a little bit higher. Okay. So now what happened because of the RBI monetary policy outcome? They said we are maintaining a dovish stance, means we are not going to have a very, very strict focus on inflation, means they said we'll keep our rates unchanged. Now the moment rates are unchanged, one sector that sees positive momentum is the banking stocks, is the banking space. So be it SBI, Bank of Baroda, PNB, Canara Bank, ICICI, HDFC, Axis, whatever if I missed. All these banks will be in focus. Why? Because if the rates are unchanged, their lending becomes a little bit easier. And if I were to check as to how the overall index is performing, of course, first thing I have to check is Bank Nifty. Now for Bank Nifty, what we can see, let me take you to the daily candle here. For daily Bank Nifty candle, here you can see from 25th of June, Bank Nifty is trying to reach this level, again coming back, is reaching to this level and coming back, and is trying to reach to the level and coming back. So basically for Bank Nifty, a big hurdle is 58,700 around. Okay, 58,700. After we need a breakout from this level so that Bank Nifty can move upwards, and this is not like an all-time high or something like that. If I move to the weekly candle, you will see that Delhi abhi bahut dur hai. The all-time high was 61,800. I am talking about 58,700 roughly. Okay, so Bank Nifty overall, we can understand that yes, still not at a breakout level, but in Bank Nifty, if I were to dig down deeper, we also have a separate index which is called as PSU banks. Okay, that again is a separate index, and the PSU bank index looks very interesting on charts. For those who know this is like a downward sloping trend line breakout. Why is it a downward sloping trend line? Of course, a high, a lower high, another lower high, and a lower high, and then we see a breakout. So Nifty PSU banks looks pretty interesting. And is this again a positive sign? The answer is yes. Banks have a good weightage in Nifty as well. So if PSU banks start firing up, will that help the market to go in the northward direction? Again, answer is yes. What was one more barrier for the market to go up? That was the Trump tariffs. And if you remember, in the last Thursday live stream, I told you that Trump had all of a sudden announced that we are going to levy another 100% tax, 100% tariff on on different articles. And of course, he had specifically, I think, mentioned about generic pharma, right? Now, what happened was that after he announced all these things that we will announce 100% tariff and this that, the U.S. Supreme Court struck down many of. This is so. Let me take you a little bit to a little bit in the history, a little bit of flashback. U.S. Supreme Court had struck down the earlier Trump tariffs. I'm not talking about these Trump tariffs right now. Earlier Trump tariffs were struck down by their court in February 2026, and they said that whatever tariffs you had applied, president doesn't have powers for that. Now he said, "Acha, those are not allowed. Okay, I want to impose tariffs. I'll find out a different section, no problem." Now Trump said that I will again impose tariffs, and this time he took the you know he took the base of section 301 of the Trade Act of 1974, and he said, because of, I mean, under this section I will levy new tariffs. Now what happened is that the coalition of 25 states in the US, they argued that the administration is trying to recreate tariffs that Supreme Court has already said that these are illegal. So in simple words, what is happening right now, just to quickly wrap it up, Trump originally had levied certain tariffs. Supreme Court said not allowed. He now said, "Acha, I'll again come up with tariffs under different section." And now different states, almost 25 states from the US, they are saying that this is illegal. So the states are also going against the decision. Acha, by the way, this tariffs under this section can be applied in certain specific cases. For example, if US is buying goods from a country where there is forced labor, okay, that whatever products are being manufactured, forced labor is being used, maybe something like child labor or what, I don't know, but the word says forced labor is being used to manufacture these products. And if that be so, to discourage, because that will happen at a lower cost, right, and they'll be able to sell at a lower cost, so to discourage that, tariffs will be levied. Okay, there is one more point which says that if there are certain unfair trade practices that are happening while doing the production, still tariffs can be allowed. But this is a very case to case thing. And what Mr. Trump has done is that he said, I will apply this to all these XYZ countries, including India. And this is where the question is right now, whether even this stands legal or not. So currently there has been like a pause button that has been hit on this. And if this gets blocked, is this going to be good for India? Obviously yes. No new tariffs is always a no-brainer good news for India. A lot of sectors, be it pharmaceuticals, textiles, auto, it could be engineering, it could be chemicals, it could be gems and jewelry, all these sectors, IT hardware, all these sectors will see a positive impact, right? So I hope you are absolutely clear on this point that yes, because of Trump tariffs, if these are withdrawn, it is going to be a positive sign for India. So what all factors we have discussed right now, all these factors are going to help Nifty go higher and higher. And one biggest factor that I'm going to discuss right now, which can surely help the market to go way more higher, are the quarterly results, right? Now, if I were to understand how the quarterly results, if I want to understand the overall sentiment or overall performance of the market, how do I check that? Now for that, I'm going to take you to screener.com, okay? And in Screener, let me just search Nifty, okay? If I go to Nifty, I'll go to companies in Nifty. I'm just going to scroll down, and here you can see this is the quarter sales variance. So this is not like a QOQ variance. Acha, now I'll not be able to show this to you, but can you see a box which is, so if I'm just moving my cursor, you can see a rectangle which is also moving side by side, somewhere here, okay? So for example, when I put my cursor here, you can see YOY quarterly sales growth. I hope you are able to see that. I'm not able to place the cursor there, but YOY quarterly sales growth. Here if I see, this is YOY quarterly profit growth. Now what we are doing is we are trying to understand what is the median of Nifty 50 companies for quarterly sales growth, YOY. It is 15.64. This is a very good overall sales variance. So basically YOY sales growth for Q1 is at 15.64. What about quarterly profit variance? Q1 profit variance, that is at 14.87. This is definitely a good one. 14% profit growth. We have seen quarters where that number, that median YOY Q1 number, or maybe Q3, Q4, whatever, these numbers were coming to single digits, and that was the reason why markets were not cheering that at all. A double digit sales growth plus a higher double digit profit growth is something which can surely bring in more and more enthusiasm in the market, and that's what I am expecting. I've been saying this for quite some time now. Just in case if you joined in late, why am I saying that markets are definitely poised to move higher and higher? Why the lows are behind us? Multiple reasons. Oil is below $80. Rupee is gaining strength. Number three, we said Trump tariffs. The point that he had said that 100% tariffs, that has hit a pause button. Number four, if you remember, I had told you that one thing which can impact the growth is the RBI monetary policy, where if repo rates change, if they increase, then it can slow down the growth. But thankfully, the repo rates have been kept unchanged, and that can again bring in fresh round of growth. Number five, I told you, very important, the Q1 results, where the median YOY growth Q1 for sales is around 14%, and the median growth for profit on Q1 FY27 versus Q1 FY26, that is at 15% plus. So all these factors will definitely help Nifty to go in the right direction, in the green direction, right? So this is it about the overall market from my side. If you have any questions, happy to answer these questions. Meanwhile, Subodh, Yogini, Pankhuri, and Nop 331, all these are the new members. Welcome to memberships. Yesterday we have released the pro investor video, and I think one or two people had told me that maybe there is some glitch which is coming around the half mark, and my team is looking into it. If we genuinely see some glitch, we'll re-upload that, don't worry. The re-uploaded video should be received by you by the end of the day, okay? Can we invest in bank right now? See, again, like I told you, are the quarterly numbers good? Yes. Is the chart also looking good? Yes. But which bank and all, of course, you will have to study, and then you will have to take a decision. Okay. Ma'am, why is gold rising? See, typically any asset which goes up crazily, and if it has come down as well crazily, there will be some sort of pullback, right? And that was the reason why you can see yesterday also gold was up almost 4%. Today it's up by roughly 0.5%. When things start cooling off, see now what has happened, I'll tell you. Gold has decoupled. Okay, that's called as a decoupling effect. Means what? Whatever we have learnt, that goes for a toss. Ideally, it is said that when uncertainty increases, gold prices increase, and when uncertainty decreases, gold price decreases. This is what we have been taught, and this is what we have seen over the past years. But what has happened in the last few days, weeks, months, whatever, gold has decoupled from the risk factor. Okay, and the reason for that is the dollar. Okay, dollar is gaining strength. That is one reason, key reason. So what is happening right now is that if there is more uncertainty, gold prices are going down, and if the uncertainty is going down, gold prices are in fact recovering. And right now, if you see that overall, gold prices are cooling off. I'm sorry, the uncertainty is cooling off, and that is the reason why we can see that gold prices are, maybe that could be the reason why they are recovering slowly and steadily. Ma'am, can you please discuss about PPL Pharma? PPL Pharma means, are you talking about PPL Pharma full form क्या है? Piramal Pharma is what are you trying to answer? I'm not sure. Tell me if it is Piramal Pharma. If that be so, I can of course take you through the quarterly numbers. And if you see here, this is the latest quarter. Of course, on a QOQ basis, it is down, but typically what we check is YOY basis. If you see YOY basis, how much is the sales growth? It is 17.39%. And if you see here, from 1,934 crores to 2,270 crores. Even OPM has gone up from 6% to 9%. And their profit before tax, which was in a loss, 79 crore loss, to 7 crore loss. So I totally understand that if you compare it with QOQ, then it is on definitely on a lower side. But generally, whenever people try to compare, it is generally on a YOY basis that we check. Okay. Traveler Salunke, welcome to memberships. Yes. Uh, if you have any quick questions, happy to answer. Otherwise, it's 20 minutes. And like I told you last time, I'm just trying to experiment that if I do a live stream 15-20 minutes in the afternoon during market hours, how many people can join in. And even those who can't join in, if it's a short live stream, they can also view it in the evening time, right? Yes, Swarada is saying, thank you, understood. Thank you so much. All right, I think this is it from my side. Is it risky to trade in derivatives on expiry day based on expiry day trade? Trading in derivatives itself is pretty much risky. And with the CAS right now, I think anyone who is a newbie, you should refrain. Let that CAS be more and more, normalized. Right now, it's pretty crazy. The stock prices on Nifty versus Sensex. We have seen cases where there is a 1% gap, 1% closing gap between the same stock in Nifty and Sensex. So it's not advisable, I think, for any newbie to be trading on the expiry day if you have no uh, prior knowledge on how it works. Of course, if you have done my webinar on options selling, which is very much there on our website rachanaranade.in, in that webinar I have discussed one strategy which is like a deep OTM strategy, and it is again for beginners. So if you are learning from that, the story is pretty much different, right? Thursday live stream question mark? Yes, this is the Thursday live stream. The webinar, what you had taught based on that. Yeah, exactly. So Kalyani, if you've done my webinar, then of course you know what strategy we had discussed during the webinar, and it was very much on an OTM side. Whatever we are seeing in the last 15 minutes right now, that's barely a 200 points roughly gap. And as per our discussion in that webinar, 200 points here and there is not going to have a big problem, right? Kalyani is saying, yes, I've done that. Nice. Good to know that. All right. Prasanna is saying, ma'am, please make it 9 p.m. only. Okay. I had asked if we should do this at 9 p.m. or in the afternoon. I wanted to take a poll. Maybe let's say next Thursday, I'll see if I can do it at 9 p.m. I'm just trying to experiment few things. If possible, definitely yes. We'll consider it, right? Traveler is asking, newbie here want to learn more about market, where to start? Oh, Traveler Sarunke. If you want to start learning, I think the best way to start about learning is through my courses. And which course, if you are asking me, step by step, if you want to understand, first you visit our website rachanaranade.com. The webinar ones that I was talking about, this webinar is what I was talking about. But don't start with webinars, you'll not understand anything. First start with courses, and in courses you ideally go ahead with the beginner category. Okay, in beginner category you will see mastering money management, magic of mutual funds, and basic of stock market. So if you want to start with absolute basics about stocks, this is the course for you. Okay. All right, I think this is it. No more questions, I guess. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'll see you in the next live stream. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye bye.